Coming at you from the medium plus cellar for Jayne here. A solid collection of wines spanning numerous styles. Let's jump in with our Vine Archive picks, just because I'm feeling feisty for those. So Schramsberg, J. Schramm. This is their top level sparkling wine, 2008. Getting at you with that cellar aging. California, they're one of the most historic wineries from the state. Been around a long time, since the 19th century. Limited production sparkling wine here. Definitely, California's answer to champagne, but carries its own personality. Super delightful for the October season. Next, going into dessert wine right away here by Royal Tokai. Got that cool wax capsule here. I do think it's beeswax that's used, and they actually have, I don't think it's a bee on the label, but I don't know why I'm talking about bees. I think it's just the beeswax, but they do have the Hungarian colors here. Kind of like with an Austrian wine, we see that on top of the Austrian wine, there's the, what are they called, banderole, might be the term for that, but representing the flag. And as far as I know, it's just Hungary and Austria that always tend to feature their flags. But back to the wine itself, this is a single vineyard Tokai, made from the ferment variety Asu, grapes that have been dried on the vine, subjected to botrytis. 6 Putonyos refers to the harvest sweetness, so a higher level of must. And more of that botrytis fruit included in the blend. And then first growth refers to the vineyard classification. Just a few thousand of these 500 milliliter bottles produced. Thanks to Wilson Daniels for importing this. What does this say there on the sugar? Sugar at harvest, 360 grams per liter. Residual sugar, 176 grams per liter. So it's a sweet wine, no doubt about it. Next is a dry wine. Actually, this is the only sweet wine in the lineup. The dry wine here, Nigel. This is from Kremstall, and Jayne, I know you love Stadtkrems. So this is one of their neighboring producers from the same vineyard area, Austria Kremstall. And this is just a Kremstall, basically DAC wine that is reserve level. So it has a little bit higher regulated alcohol minimum. It's from a single vineyard called Herrstück von Kirchenberg. It's kind of a mouthful. And it's got some bottle age. 2015 is the vintage here. Another personal favorite here, Cheval des Andes, 2014. And this is a collaboration here of Chateau Cheval Blanc and Terrazas de los Andes. They've been doing for quite a while. Has, of course, Cabernet Sauvignon in the blend, as well as Malbec, with that nice new oak profile. Totally delicious. Next is Chateau Latour à Pomerol. This is a Merlot-based blend from the right bank of Bordeaux, under the Mouex category of producers. Okay, the next section here is all about Tuscan Sangiovese and some Tuscan Syrah. But we have two from Baron Ricasoli, the Castello di Broglio and the Colida. So 2 examples that are single vineyards. Here's Felsina, Rancia, Reserva. Here's Fontodi, Filetta di la Mole. And then Castello di Ama San Lorenzo. So a nice range of different styles. You'll notice terms like Reserva, Gran Selezione. This is all Gran Selezione as well. So that kind of refers to higher quality wines that have a higher minimum age in the winery. And then this is a Toscana IGT Syrah by Isole Iolena. Of course, we know they make delicious Chianti Classico, but the Syrah is one of the kind of French grapes that they make in addition to Cabernet Sauvignon. So that should be delicious. And speaking of Syrah, we have a bit of a Syrah / Zinfandel comparison to check out. First, starting on the French side, this is Faury. This is They make delicious Côte Rôtie wines, and this is one of their more general introductory wines. It's got some age on it a little bit. Art Zélé, and it's not Vin de France, it's Colline Rodanienne, so just sort of the vineyard area around the Northern Rhone. So nice black peppery spice on there, and that same profile. This is a great comparison because you've got the Alain Graillot, Gros Hermitage, and then the Chave Offerus from Saint Joseph. So these are all Northern Rhone Syrah. They're all basically 100% Syrah, maybe with a touch of Marsanne Roussanne in the blend, but basically all Syrah. So it should be a great producer side by side of some more delicate styles. Then some New World Syrah here, California, Washington, and Australia. Got the Martinelli Terra Felice from Russian River Valley. That's going to be the biggest in the lineup. Got 15.5 alcohol there, so a lot of powerful fruit to expect. Next is the Les Collines Vineyard from Walla Walla by W.T. Vintners. And then the Two Hands Charlie's Garden. Now, Eden Valley, we often think of Australian Shiraz as being like these big wines, and Eden Valley is no exception. It is a bit higher elevation than something like Barossa Valley. So even though this is 14.5, it's not in the 15.5 category that we get from Australia sometimes. And it's part of the garden series that Two Hands does. Then finally some Zinfandel. These are basically all California with the exception of this Masseria Pepe, which comes from Puglia, and they call it Primitivo in Puglia. Vintage 2000, so definitely a lot of bottle age to expect on that. Turley Old Vines, this is a blend of their different vineyard sites around California. Day Zinfandel from Sonoma County. El Dorado Zinfandel. This is by Rombauer, and the vineyard is called Twin Rivers. El Dorado is basically in the Central Valley, so closer to the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Here's Gamba, another aged Zinfandel here, Russian River Valley, Star Road Ranch, 2013. And I think this is my favorite, just label design of the Zinfandels. Really classic, kind of old school, Lambourne family, 2014, the Earthquake vintage, proprietor grown. So a really great side-by-side to explore. Okay, well, wishing you well with these. Cheers.